Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My 12 cards of Christmas, card number 11. I'll get this up closer so you can see that it says Season's Greetings. And this is using, it's called Layered Floral Background Thin Cut. It's really cool. I love the layering thin cuts. They always make my heart happy. So let's get started. I've got all my pieces here. This is no stamping. This is just using thin cuts, and then this is that is from a Cricut cut. That's a poinsettia that I found on the Flower Market Cricut cartridge from Close to My Heart. And I've got a base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I am going to start gluing down the different panels. So this is the bottom panel, so it's the one that has the least open space, and each one gets a little more open as you go along. So I'm using a green and a red. This is candy apple. The green is, I don't remember the name of the green. I really don't. But I'm using both sides of the green. So the one panel is the front side, the other panel is the back side. I'm just dabbing some glue around here. I don't think you have to hit all of the highlights. I think some of it is fine. And we'll get that lined up on there, and you can see how they line up. And so now there's a little bit of a reveal to that green piece underneath. In the bottom piece I used some mink cardstock. And then this is the final layer. This is the top layer. And you could use these layers in any number of combinations. You don't have to use all 3 layers. You could use 2 layers. You could use just the 1 layer. And I think this top layer would make a really fun shaker card because there's a lot of see-through space. I may have to give that a whirl. And I'm putting this top layer on here. And look at that. Now I have the Season's Greetings. This is a thin cut from a couple years ago, I think. I'm pretty sure I picked it up on sale at some point. I did not buy this full price. I'm pretty sure I got it for a pretty reasonable price. So, don't be afraid to shop those flash sales and build your stash like that. I'm all about getting a good deal. I'm going to take a block and I'm going to lay it on top of there so that gives it some pressure. These are the poinsettia pieces that I cut out from the Flower Market, and I am taking bone folder and gently curling the leaves. You have to be careful because if you're too rough with it, you'll rip the leaf right off. But if you're gentle with it, you get a little bit of curl and a little bit of dimension. And I think that just adds a nice little lift to what you're doing. So again, I am gently running my bone folder. If you didn't have a bone folder, you could do this with a pair of scissors, or you could do it with a block, a pen, any number of objects. Just trial and error. Give it a try. See what you come up with. See what works for you. A quilling tool works if you have one of those. I'm attaching the gold foil top layer to, I think it's a piece of toffee that I cut the little center out with. And my glue's a little oozy, but that's okay. It'll dry. And then I'm going to put a gob of glue on the back of this and put it down. just like that. I'm going to take our gold shimmer brush and I'm going to just do a little scribbling on each of these leaves and flower petals and give it a little bit of shimmer. I may even do a little of this. You don't know until you give it a whirl. You can take the shimmer brush and hit all of those bottom elements. And this is something you could do before you start attaching stuff. I just thought of it now, so I'm giving it a whirl. And that's the fun of crafting. You can kind of wing it. Then we can take this and we can attach it to our card base. This is 4 1/4 by 11, folding it in half. And then I'll use my bone folder to encourage that fold. And I'll stand this up and put it on. And that's not too challenging a card. It's just a bunch of layering and thin cuts. And those thin cuts you could do while you're watching a Christmas movie. Of course, this on the Cricut, that is not too difficult to do either. Thank you so much for stopping by card number 11 in my 12 Cards of Christmas series. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.